What is going on, guys? Today we are not doing a car video. In the last YouTube video, I asked if you would be interested in seeing some more gun stuff, talking about some of my Walthers and just gun content in general, and it was well received and you guys want to see it, so that's what we're going to do today. We are going to paint my Geisley rifle, spray paint. I spray paint all of my rifles, and we'll talk about why I do it and how to do it when we get to the shop. On top of that, we're just going to go through like the majority of my Walther PDP collection and talk about why I have them configured the way I do, why I like them, why I carry certain guns, and why certain guns are used at the range. It's going to be a gun-filled video, so I hope you enjoy it. It will be a little bit of a longer video, but we're going to grab our supplies here at Ace Hardware and then head to the shop.
Oh, there's a button.
But how? The who's down in Whoville will all cry, boo-hoo.
Right in front of me.
This way.
What color are you doing? What color are you
We need this one. Oh, it's awfully expensive.
doing? That's good.
Yeah.
Are you taking a video?
Yeah, for YouTube. You look pretty. And maybe this one. And
I'll hold them off.
okay, what did you do?
I'm putting these in my pocket.
They're gonna think we're stealing.
Okay.
What if they think we're stealing it? Did you bring money?
Nope.
Oh my gosh. Oh, it's locked. Hold on.
Press a button.
Okay, now try. There you go. Pull it, pull it, pull it!
It's slippery.
Ugh. All right, so I figured this video might attract some different viewers than normal. If you don't know me, my name is Caleb Quanbeck. I'm the driver of the Walther Firearms E46 drift car, and I'm a shooter. Today, we're not doing a car video. We're going to do a gun video. We're going to paint my Geisley rifle, spray paint that is. We've got 3 cans of paint right there. And somebody might ask, why would you spray paint a $2,000 rifle? And the answer is, 1, it looks cooler. 2, people typically, when they see a black AR-15, it's scary and intimidating. It really sticks out against your body. If you're laying down in any sort of foliage, depending on where you live, it's gonna stick out. And we want a gun that blends. This has now become kind of my primary AR for everything: truck gun, home defense gun, training gun. It's kind of the all-around gun. So I want it to blend. And I live in Kentucky. It's typically very green here. It's the winter right now, so there's no leaves, but the grass is still green. And we do have a few, I don't know, just typical dead leaves laying around on the ground. So we need to kind of try to make this gun blend for our environment all year round. And you can't do that perfectly, but we're going to get close with 3 colors of Rust-Oleum paint. And we're going to talk about how I paint my guns. I paint every single rifle I own. Masking tape over basically all your glass, your mag well, your trigger, and that's pretty much it. Everything else we're going to paint. Some people take their accessories off, but for me, like with the optic, it's going to leave a black spot where the optic is mounted, and I think that's good because if I ever take the optic off, I know exactly where to put it back. So we're going to do that. We've got a net here. This was $2 at Ace Hardware. We're going to cut the net out of this and use it to help. We're going to use some of this foliage. Use this as like a pointer. And then while this is drying, we're going to talk about some Walther PDPs and give you some comparisons on a normal, regular black AR-15 in our environment versus our new spray painted AR-15. So the first thing I'm going to do is the base layer. And the base should be whatever the main color of your environment is, which here it's green. We've got green grass everywhere, even in the winter and in the fall. And then obviously the spring and summer, everything's green. So the base is going to be green because that's going to be the majority of our color. And then we're going to have our accent colors, which are going to be kind of layered onto that base. So we're going to paint one side now. We'll let it dry. We'll do the base on the other side, and then we'll hit it with the accent colors. Light dust. You don't have to hit this very hard because as it wears, it looks even better. I would say the longer and the harder you abuse your rifle, the better the camo works because it starts to break up the colors and they blend better and it looks more natural. All right, in between each color on the rifle, we're gonna let it dry. So we'll talk about a gun in between each cycle on the rifle. So the first gun we're gonna talk about is my Walther PDP. This is a Pro E. This is actually the gun that I used at Scott Jelinski's course in Nashville, Modern Samurai Project. This is my carry gun. This is my favorite gun, and I run it with different lights on it depending on what I'm doing. I have a Surefire X300. If I'm going to run over the waistband, I'll throw that on. Because we have this slick holster that we run. If we're going to run an appendix, I use the TLR7, and it's my appendix rig. One of my favorite things about the Walther PDP is the grip angle, and I feel like it's something that nobody ever talks about in like reviews and stuff, although this isn't a review. But the grip angle is a lot steeper than, say, a Glock. A Glock is very canted, and I don't like that. It's kind of hard on the wrist. This is much more natural. Along with the performance trigger right here, performance trigger is great. And I think almost all of my guns have a performance trigger. We've got a Modern Samurai Project +5 because the Pro E uses an 18-round mag, which is really neat. So more rounds. I'm always a proponent for more bullets. And then some of the other things that we take to like a range day would be mag carriers. So these go here, one's canted. So we run these on the left side and then the holster on the right. Even if I'm running like in the waistband, the range day with an appendix rig, I'll still keep these on. That way I don't have to go back to the truck or whatever in between different strings of fire. I want to stay at the target instead of having to go do a bunch of reloads. So that works great. A few other things that I take to the range with me is eye protection, a shot timer so you can track progression. Without one of these, it's going to be very hard for you to track your progression as a shooter. So get one of these, invest, and then Ear Pro and a multi-tool. So that's like my main pistol loadout, Walther PDP Pro E. This is not all of my PDPs, but these are the main ones that myself, and then we'll get to this other one that my wife carries in a second. We've got a closed emitter optic on top, which is great, solar powered. And spare mags. Mags for the Walthers are kind of expensive, but they are metal and they work really good. Have no problems with the magazines. Some of them are proprietary to the certain gun. For instance, these 18-round mags that come with the Pro E have a different base pad on them to allow them to seat with the mag well and not run into the eject. I think it's the ejector up here. So this is proprietary to this gun. So let's get back to painting and then we'll come back and we'll talk more Walthers. So we're moving on to our second color, and it's going to be this, what is this? Flat earth brown. It's a dark brown. And actually, if you grab some of our local foliage here, look at that. Very similar. That's what we're going for. So all these spots that I didn't hit with the green is where I'm going to hit it with this dark brown. And we're just going to hit there, there, there. Something like that. And I'll show you how this all ties together in a minute with our foliage and our net and stuff. Basically, wherever we have this dark brown, we can take this foliage or the net and then dust it with the green, and that will help break it up. It won't just look like lines like this. This is just our base, and then we'll move on. So we'll let this dry a little bit, we'll flip it, we'll do the other side, and then you'll get to really see it come together with this stuff. All right, so another gun that I want to talk about is the Walther PDP F-Series. This is the gun that my wife carries, and we actually just ordered another one for my Uncle Mo. If you're somebody who doesn't want all the flashy range stuff and you just want a gun that's easy to conceal, that has a small footprint, this is the gun for you. A couple other cool features on this gun is that the trigger is further back inside of the trigger guard, and the grip is skinnier. So I don't want to say that it's like catered to women, but just people with smaller hands in general, this gun is going to work fantastic for you. This one in particular does not have a mag well or the performance trigger, but the new one does, for Uncle Mo, who's filming this video. So yeah, this thing is tiny. I mean, it's got a 3.5 inch slide. So you can see, this one's 4. So easy to conceal, small grip, which is going to make a smaller footprint, especially for people carrying appendix. And then we've got a hollow sun optic on this that actually, it's proprietary to the Walther PDP, and it actually follows the slide serrations on the optic, which is really neat, just a little extra. And it bolts straight to the slide versus something like this that needs a plate to mount the optic to the slide. So I think this gun right here is fantastic. I'm actually thinking about building one to carry myself. You could swap the mag release. The slide release is ambi, and that's on all of these. And it has an extended slide release. So back to the point of small hands, if you've got short thumbs, it's easy to manipulate the slide release without breaking your grip. So that's important to me, that when this gun comes in for a reload and I slide a mag in, I want to be able to not break my grip to hit the slide release or the mag release. And the ergonomics of this gun and all of them are very similar. But this one, small hands, people, Walther F-Series. Let's go check on this gun. All right. So now we're moving on to this dark green. It looks like the can's exploded. All right, thank God it worked. All right, we're going to do dark green over the light green. Looks pretty good. And this isn't rocket science here. I'm no artist. You just, what do they say? Spray and pray. That's what we're doing here. Sure does look good. Now we'll take the light green over the brown. And I would almost say, we'll drop some of this in there. One of the cool things about spray painting your gun versus Cerakoting your gun is that you can spray paint the gun for the season. Right now, it's winter, so there's a lot of brown, and we can always come back with a more vibrant green in the summer when all that comes back, and you can see a little leaf imprint there. I forgot to film it. But just needs a couple more touches, and then we're going to take it outside and compare it to our shots from when it was just a normal black rifle. Looks damn good though. Sometimes you'll have a paint job that's just can't beat it. And then other times, not so good. This one I would say is kind of in the middle. I've never used so much brown before because I'm from Oregon, so all my guns are kind of painted for Oregon. But yeah, looks pretty good. Well, I've lost my filmer, so let's just talk about this last gun. And this is a very special gun because as a lot of you may know, they're kind of hard to get. But this is a steel frame, full-size PDP with that beautiful performance trigger. Magwell, we got an optic on it, X300, and this really cool base that Lock Grips made for us. So this was custom from Lock Grips with our logo. So freaking cool. Really appreciate them doing that. But you know, I don't shoot this gun a ton because it's so much different than all of those polymer frame guns. It kind of ruins shooting for you because it's so good. It's very heavy. There's no recoil. It's just a crazy gun. And I know a lot of comp guys use stuff like this, and I do shoot it. Insert footage here. But really it's a conversation piece for me. And I have holsters for it, and it's probably got, I don't know, 700 rounds through it, which isn't much. But I really like kind of these guns. So this is what I'm gonna continue using as my everyday carry. And this thing, it has a roll. It's in the house and it's ready to go at all times. It's kind of just like my house gun. It's got a really good light on it. But yeah, I think that a lot of people have struggled to find these in stock because everybody wants one. It obviously uses an 18-round mag as well. Here is my holster. It actually fits a little bit different. And that's the other thing about the steel frame. It is a tiny bit different, but it does work in this holster. I just have to basically loosen these retention screws and free it up because right now I can't even get it out. It's tight in there. And I have to tighten it up to run the normal PDP. But beautiful gun. All these guns are great. This one's growing on me a lot. This one is my baby. And I think I might build something custom here soon. A new carry gun. I haven't decided yet. But if you guys have any questions about any of this stuff, feel free to comment below. Oh, also, the door. If you watched the last video, the doors from the E46, the car is completely stripped down right now. The doors from the E46, one of them is going to be hung up in the shop somewhere. And we've got 3 locations to choose from. You guys have to comment. Let me go wide angle here. The first location is here, okay? Hang it there. Second location, above the desk, next to the toolbox. Third location is in our little lounge corner, right there. So we've got the Walther picture there, maybe the door there, location 1, 2, 3. Comment below. All right, so our rifle's done. It's still not completely dry, but I gotta go get lunch. So we're gonna take this outside and see how we did. Going down to the weeds.
Yeah. I'll close the door.
All right. Looks pretty good in the light. What do you guys think? Camouflage rifles, spray paint, cost 16 bucks, no fancy Cerakote, and we can change it anytime we want. We can do a side by side. Can you see it?
No.
Get closer. You see it? Well, I'm back home again, and I forgot to film an outro, like always. But our rifle looks great. Let's give it the sun there. Rifle looks great. I think I used different camo paint in the past than what I used this time. This paint, I'm not convinced that it's the go-to, although it looks fine. I think the paint that I've used on my previous guns looks better. I'll insert a picture of that here. But overall, like you guys saw, it does what it needs to do. It's not perfect. It's not beautiful, but it does the job. So thanks for watching. If you guys want more gun content and more training content, we can definitely deliver that. And make sure to go subscribe to the Walther Arms YouTube channel, because we are dropping a piece of content from the Modern Samurai Project class here soon. I don't know when they're dropping it, but I know it's coming soon. So just go subscribe now so that you get the notification when it drops. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Peace.